Hey everybody, it's Maddie Cummins with Cerebrations. It's been a while since I've been live. Talk about overwhelm. Being a mom in the summer is always an adventure. I just wanted to come in real quickly though and talk to you about two things that can help you with these feelings of overwhelm. One of the things I notice as a counselor and a brain coach is that people just seem to be emotions just seem to be bigger. I think they have been since COVID. I think that life is just challenging right now. There's all this stuff coming at us. We're hearing about recessions. We're hearing about this. We're hearing about that. And it's like, we just don't always know what to do with it. And the thing that I think is really super important to understand is that it's not you that's feeling overwhelmed, it's your brain that's feeling overwhelmed. And the reason that's really important is that your brain is really designed to keep you safe. So when you have these feelings of overwhelm, you can't think, you can't remember why you walked into a room. For me, I leave my garage 5 times and forget that if I close the door or not, and go back 5 times to say, okay, I closed the door. But this feeling of overwhelm is really your brain responding in the way that it's supposed to, evolutionary. What I mean by that is it's supposed to protect you. And so what happens is that when your brain decides, oh, okay, I feel danger, the basically your amygdala lights up, your frontal lobe shuts down. The frontal lobe is what you need to process through, rationalize through, and think through, and that completely shuts down. So I'm going to tell you two really quick ways to calm that brain down. Get your frontal lobe working, get your decision making working, and put you back in the driver's seats of your brain instead of your brain driving you around. So one of the best things you can do, and you hear this a lot, but I don't think people really explain why it's really super important. One of the best things you can do is just stop what you're doing and breathe. The breathing creates this process where, because the other thing that happens when we feel this overwhelmed, and if you think about being overwhelmed, you probably feel like you're all like tense and your body gets really tense, and so you may not even recognize it. But breathing really forces our body to relax, get oxygen in your lungs, and then get oxygen to your brain so that your brain can start thinking. And so the breathing really helps your brain start reorganizing the thought process, shutting down the fight or flight mode, and getting your frontal lobe working again. The second best thing you can do is count while you're breathing. And so obviously you want to count in your head, but the counting actually forces the frontal lobe to come back online because you have to think about what you're doing. And so people, if you're really great at numbers, you can count backwards from 100 by 3. I stink at that, so I just count from 1 to 10. Or you can do this breathing technique, which I think is both of them combined, where you actually breathe, counting in 4, hold it 4, and then breathe out, counting out 4. And so I breathe in through my nose, so 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll hold it 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I breathe out through my mouth 1, 2, 3, 4. Called a box breathing. The numbers don't matter. And so one of the things I think that's really interesting when I talk to my clients about this, they're like, I couldn't remember the numbers because I was feeling overwhelmed. Numbers don't matter. It's just the fact that you're counting. So some simple, really, really cool, simple ways to get that feeling of overwhelm and help you get reconnected back into the world and get the brain working again is to breathe and count while you're breathing. So have any questions, you put them in the comments. DM me if you want to chat a little bit. But it's so great to be back live, and it's good to see you guys. Bye.